Hello and welcome. My name is Tom Shima, and today is Monday, June 29th. So I'm going to be continuing to play the game Persona 3 Reload as a part of the series I've called Persona a Day. That's where I've been playing the game one in-game day at a time, right in line with the real calendar. As I like to do, I'm going to start off by going over what we did yesterday, just to make sure we're all fully aware of what happened yesterday coming into today. Then I'll move on to today's gameplay and see what kind of fun I can get up to. And after that, we'll come back here to the desk and talk about it a little bit more. For those of you watching on YouTube, I will have timestamps in the description in case you want to jump ahead to a different section. And I do also want to warn everyone that since this is a full playthrough of the game, we will be encountering spoilers. Alright then, so let's start off by going over what we did yesterday, Sunday, June 28th. It was Sunday, so there was no school, so right off the bat it was a good day. And just nice to have a bit of a break from the daily routine. So I was able to get up early, watch Tanaka's amazing Commodities. He was selling a gardening set yesterday. I figured I had the money to spend, so I picked it up. It wasn't anything I'm in dire need of, but there'll be things I'll plan to plant in the garden on the roof eventually, so those should be delivered sometime this week. That was a lot of fun. I decided to also kind of do what I do and get out and see the town before committing to anything for the day. I talked to Fuuka down in the lounge before I headed out. She seemed like she was enjoying a nice quiet day to herself, so I let her enjoy that. I ran into Yukari, Junpei, and Amada at the shrine again, so I said hello. This time around, Ken was talking about being surprised that we all live in the same dorm. He talked about the elementary school dorms and how they aren't co-ed. The boys have one dorm, the girls have another, so he was surprised to learn that we all share a dorm. And we didn't really, let on for the real reason for that, other than telling him, oh yeah, there are special circumstances for that. Seemed like telling him about our after-school activity of C's and the shadow mission was a little beyond what we wanted to tell an elementary schooler, so we left it a little vague, but he was just like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know why that is, but I noticed that. So he seems to be a very astute elementary schooler. But it was nice to catch up with him and to see them having fun. I made my usual rounds around town to stretch my legs, and as it was Sunday, I've been enjoying making that time to play Innocent Sin online with Maya. Yesterday was no exception there. So I headed back, excited to continue our gaming session, to chat with her, to do whatever we got up to in-game. And she was online, so that worked out perfectly. We didn't actually advance the social link rank into a new rank just yet, but we did get a little bit closer. So I like to think we just enjoyed the game itself. We talked about whatever we talked about. Maybe she vented a bit more about work. But it was just that fun break from the obligations of things to share a hobby we like in company that we enjoy. And time just seemed to fly by there, and it was very quickly evening. So I headed back downstairs, and there was actually nobody down in the lounge, which was kind of a surprise. But I went back upstairs, and in that little reading area, Fuuka, Yukari, and Junpei were all kind of sitting around doing their own thing while talking. I'd asked about what the plans were for the night, and they mentioned that both Mitsuru and Akihiko were out last night, so that being the case, we aren't allowed to go to Tartarus without at least one of them present. So that was off the table for the night. But as I approached them, they were talking about what they thought might be at the top of Tartarus. We can't even see the top from the ground, so it's just that one more mystery for us. So there was all the speculation of what could be up there. Fuuka said if this was an adventure story, there'd be some sort of treasure hidden away up there. Yukari was just trying to rationalize that there's so much we don't know. It could be anything up there, and we just need to keep looking. And Junpei was really excited and thought that there must be a piñata up at the top. It's going to be full of candy and a banner that says congratulations once you break it open. And that was what was going to be there. And that sounded like a fun, very Junpei image of something to have up there. He also countered that, on the other hand, it could be that there is actually no top to the tower. Maybe it goes on forever. And it was kind of fun because just before he had said that, I'd kind of thrown that same idea out as I was talking with you guys. It's like, what if there is no top to the tower? What if it does just go on forever? So then to hear Junpei say that exact same thing next time I talk to him, it's like, wow, you and I are on the same page. But it also kind of came back to bite me when Mitsuru responded to Junpei and said, what, are you stupid? Does your brain stop working? There's got to be a top up there. And she was talking to Junpei, but since I'd said the exact same thing, it was very much like she was telling me that as well. So Junpei and I both kind of have each other's backs in solidarity there and get that little bit of a lecture. But it was just a lot of fun to see the team talking and speculating and staying committed to the cause of investigating what is up there. I'm sure we'll keep going as far as we can, and hopefully we'll have some conclusive evidence eventually. But I left them to their discussions and decided to spend the rest of my time elsewhere. We weren't going to Tartarus, so I had some time. I headed back outside and made my way over to Club Escapade. The night prior, I had run into a monk of all people, and he was up there just enjoying the time at the club, smoking and drinking and just enjoying his time, I guess. And lo and behold, he was back there again last night as well. So I went back upstairs and said hi again. And he seemed like he might have had a few drinks by that point already, and he kind of looked me over and said, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" Then it kind of clicked. He's like, "Oh yeah, I remember you. You're that kid I told to not come back here." Basically, you couldn't even follow a basic direction like don't come back to the club, huh? But then he also kind of said, "Well, since you're here, you might as well sit down anyway." So it was kind of nice that rather than pushing me away and saying, the first day he said if I came back he was going to have me thrown out. So last night he did let me sit down again and chat with him, so that was definitely better than it could have been. And he did ask me, I was like, "So why are you here? I did tell you literally yesterday not to come back." And it gave me a couple choices. It gave me the choice to say it's none of your business, or that I'm here to see you, old man. And I basically was there to see him, so I was going to be honest and forthright, and I went with the I'm here to see you, old man option. And he said, "Oh, haha, very funny, a good joke." And that's the problem with you young people, too. There's no respect. I'm not asking for reverence, but I want at least the basic level of respect. So, where do you get off calling me old man, basically? And, after the fact, I did kind of see, I suppose I did call you old man there, didn't I? So, he lectured me a bit on the importance of respect and, manners and all that important stuff. And it is important. But I decided to try to then put to practice what he was talking about. So I said, "Oh, okay then. Well, how should I address you?" And he actually seemed to appreciate that, almost like, "Oh, so you were paying attention." Well, in that case, my monk name is Mutatsu, so you can call me Mutatsu. But to you, that's Mutatsu-san, and don't forget the san. So I have a name for him now. He's not just, the monk at Club Escapade anymore. He's Mutatsu-san. And I like to think, hopefully, I introduced myself as well, so I'm not the high school kid that, comes into the club. And we just got to actually get to know each other a bit more. And I could tell that there was some level of kindness to his words. It was a lecture about how to treat people, but that's also good information to have and a good reminder. He said when I'd called him old man, it's like, "Oh, you remind me of that delinquent son of mine." If he said something like that to me, I'd give him a swift kick in the ass. So it's like, oh yeah, there are consequences for behavior. So he's trying to help me, straighten up and fly right, more or less. So he's looking out for me in his own way. And so there was just that mutual level of respect by the end of the day. I learned what to call him. I took his lesson to heart, and he seemed to notice that as well. So we got a bit closer. That increased the Tower Arcana social link rank to 2. And that just, felt really good, making that new social link and already having it up to rank 2. And at that point, he said, "It's getting late. You are still a high school student, so you can't be here anymore. Go home, get a proper night's sleep, and focus on what a high schooler should be focusing on." So, feeling like I made good progress, I decided to take him up on that, headed back to the dorm, got to bed at a good hour, and got rested up for Monday. So I feel like I'm coming into today having had a really enjoyable weekend. It was a nice break from everything, and that just enables me to come into today ready to tackle whatever comes at me, I hope. I will get us over to the game, and we will see just how Monday the 29th starts out. We'll be right there. And so, again, we're starting at a social link rank up instead of my social skills rank up. This was how we ended off yesterday, or pretty close to the end of our encounter with Mutatsu-san. I just hit rank 2 of the social link, so I thought that would be a good point to finish off yesterday as we come into today.
Well, I don't really care what happens to somebody else's kid, but go home already, will you? And this time don't come back again.
Exactly. We talked about it yesterday, too. It's like one of those, not that I care what happens or anything, but I want you to be responsible. You go home now. So that is what I did. But it was nice to hear that he actually, I could sense that he does care deep down. So I said my goodbye to Mutatsu-san and went back to the dorm. So with that was the end of Sunday. We're coming into Monday, and we're caught up with the real calendar again.
Morning.
Starting out right before school here, getting to walk to school with Yukari. Kind of, sort of. I mean, she just greeted me, so maybe we ended up meeting here, but I'll take walking from the gate to the classroom. That's I'm not greedy. So, good morning. In about a week, there'll be another mission. That's right. Yeah, 8 days away. That's kind of hard to believe. going to be a busy week getting ready. I hadn't really forgotten about it. I mean, it wasn't in the forefront of my mind like maybe it should be, but I am aware of it, and we have been talking about getting closer to it, so... To keep bolstering confidence, I will just come back with saying that's right.
Yeah.
I wonder what we'll face this time. Yeah, again, there's so many unknowns. I mean, even knowing that, even when I knew that we had a shadow encounter on the full moons, that was still barely anything I could do to prepare for it, so... It's nice to know it's coming, but I still don't really feel like I'm able to really specifically prepare. More just that general preparedness of being overall ready. We've got a lot of rumors circulating around town right now that may or may not be related to it, so... Again, there's just bits of evidence that might be evidence, that might not be evidence. I guess it's better to have too much information than not enough. Yeah, I wonder what we'll face this time. Do we just keep going on these missions until we defeat all 8 remaining shadows? Blindly following orders to get stronger by going to Tartarus and fighting shadow after shadow? I've been thinking about this for a while. I feel like Kirijo-senpai is hiding something from us. We have kind of, we've talked about it. I've noticed that Yukari has been having these thoughts. She's said as much fairly plainly before, just wondering about Kirijo and about the missions, and Chairman Akutsuki talking about what we've been learning and realizing how much more we still don't know, and how many times answering one question creates 3 or 4 new ones. So she's really been mulling this over for a while now. This isn't any new thoughts for her. But it sounds like she's taking a bit more of a specific tone to it, and like thinking that Kirijo-senpai is hiding something from us. So, an interesting start to our school day, our week, our morning, all that.
Let's get on with today's lesson.
Mr. Edogawa, I always like his lessons. Please sit down so we can begin today's lecture. Ada io ada dia. I know you were expecting Miss Terauchi, but she's had an emergency. I'll be taking over class today. We're going to learn a bit about natural magic. It's not too dissimilar to paganism, which we've already discussed. Natural magic is, obviously enough, magic that draws its power from nature. The most popular form of this would probably be herbalism. Calendar-based spells are also a form of natural magic, since they involve the seasons. Now, some of you may already be familiar with dowsing, which uses a pendulum or rod to find things underground. This too is a form of natural magic, first used to detect sources of water. That's enough examples for now. Let's move on to the proper mindset for natural magic. First, you must recognize yourself as a part of nature and accept its power. In other words, think of humanity as a microscopic player within the cosmology of the universe. This mindset is based on the concept of the 4 classical elements. Ancient magicians believed that different objects sharing a common element would react to one another. They performed countless experiments attempting to prove their hypotheses about nature. Are you all listening? I certainly hope so. Here's a little test to see if you were paying attention. You'll receive an ill omen if you get it wrong. Ada io ada dia.
Okay, then.
Now, who to pick today? Shima, you have been called upon. Oh, good. Okay. I know this one. Again, it's always kind of feeling like I'm on the spot to answer these questions out of the blue, but he was talking about this one and I was paying attention. So he's asking about dowsing here. What form of natural magic is used to find water sources? That would be dowsing.
Correct.
Excellent work. Your answer is correct. As for your omen, no news is good news. But back to the main subject. Prayer is considered integral to many forms of natural magic. One characteristic of natural magic prayer is that much of it is in praise of the earth goddess. This ties to the concept of natural magic as a way of invoking nature's blessing. As time passed, natural magic developed into natural science. Yeah, I was going to kind of mention that same idea, talking about the different elements within things, the 4 classical elements, kind of feeling like that basis to that deeper understanding of the traditional forms of science. So I like that Mr. Edogawa is taking it that direction as well. In this transition, though, a key element was lost. The notion of time being controllable. That's interesting. Natural magic forbids the use of spells that go against the standard flow of time. Its practitioners believe that magic should not defy nature, and to this day take great care to follow natural law. Interesting. I wonder what the distinction is between invoking certain elements to whatever end the practitioner has, but knowing not to mess with time. If it's part of the same natural order of things, wouldn't it be just like any other element? I'm sure it's a lot deeper than that, so my high school level understanding wouldn't be enough to really see that, but it's one of those questions that kicks around. I answered correctly. Everyone in class is looking at me with respect. I've always liked that they say that everyone looks at me with respect for that, but it doesn't feel like I really did a whole lot to actually earn that charm. It's like, you paid attention in class. It's like, okay. It's kind of the base level for being here. Some of those questions, yeah, where it is that bolt from the blue where I have no idea, those math questions. The kind they'll call on Junpei for, and they're like, how am I supposed to know that? Or when the teacher says, I'm surprised you knew that one. But this one here was just paying attention in class. I'm happy to have their admiration, but it seems like kind of a low bar to set. But who am I to argue with a point of charm progress? Still smooth, still gonna take that. And nice to see this. I haven't actually pulled up my social stats in a while, but smooth, tough, and above average. I've been trying to work on courage to try to take that up to the next level, or whatever level I need to be. There aren't that many more levels, but I need to be up to the badass level to spend some time after school with Fuuka. So it'd be nice to get there. We've also got exams in less than 2 weeks now, so I've kind of pivoted my thought process to looking at academics if I were to choose one of the three right now. Nothing against charm here. I mean, a free point of charm is a free point of charm, so looking at gift horse in the mouth and all that. But for my own planning side of things, if I were to prioritize one right now, it's going to be academics. And that was a good morning. I like having those lessons, especially with Mr. Edogawa there. It feels more like school. There are so many of those where we'll just go from the shoe lockers in the morning to the scene after school. So this makes it feel even more like a school day. I don't have to kind of riff about what went on and assume, oh yeah, we probably did this and we probably did that. We saw what we did, and I enjoyed it. Let's get the game here saved. 29th already. This month has flown by. We've got a variety. Yeah, it doesn't feel like as many messages today. Miyamoto, track practice. You're coming today, right? You better. Odagiri, work-related. There's a student council meeting today. No need to respond to me. Just come to the student council room. That's all. An ad from Wild Duck Burger. We have a new burger. Have you tried our new burger with unknown ingredients? Plus, now our fries are extra salty. We await your visit, Wild Ducklings. Secret recipes? Mysterious ingredients? Do you have the guts to go Wild Duck? And it's Monday, so we've got a sale from Officer Kurosawa. Something for you. I've got something for you today. Consider it restitution for you and the others for working diligently every day. Kurosawa. Unless he's got some new gear, there should be nothing I need there, but I'll still stop by and check in on him. Kind of gives me more of a reason, too, since he's got a sale to show some goods to me. And how did people spend their day? Mostly social links, but it's kind of surprising to see a slight turn away. So many times it's been, 99 or 100% for social links in the afternoon. So, 94 is still almost everybody, but to see daily life is up to 6%, it's interesting. There's a good group of people there. There's Miyamoto, Odagiri, Fuuka, and Maiko. I'm glad to see that Maiko is okay. I'm still concerned about her storyline, probably more than any other right now. But at the same time, we've talked about how with exams coming up in less than 2 weeks, here on the 14th through the 18th. Wow, that's wild. 2 weeks from tomorrow, so I guess it's technically a little over 2 weeks, but that will mean the week of exams from the 13th through the 18th, as well as the week prior, the 6th through the 11th. Those after-school club activities will be unavailable, as everybody's going to be studying for exams. So that really just leaves the week from today through Saturday the 4th to spend time with those social links for a while. So I kind of want to prioritize those in my thought process. And in that being the case, I'm kind of drawn to spending time with the student council or the track team right now based on who I've talked to. And I think it's technically been longer that I've spent any time with the student council. But I also do want to say, I want to head over to the Polonia Mall and say hi to Officer Kurosawa. So I'll take that stroll through the school and see who else might be available. And I mean, there's Fuuka. Like I said, I can't talk to her until I have more courage. I didn't see Bebe waiting for me. Nobody else up here on the roof. There's a chance that the art club is meeting today. I can't quite remember their schedule off the top of my head right now. Forget where I am in the building. I'm up on the second floor here. Oh yeah, there is actually somebody to talk to down this way. The Mutatsu superfan, I believe. Yeah. I was walking around the other day and this weird guy walked up to me. He didn't wear a shirt and had weird tattoos. I tried to look away, but I accidentally looked right into his eyes. And they were the coldest eyes I'd ever seen. And then he smiled at me. God, even thinking about it gives me shivers all down my back. If only it had been Kirijo-senpai, I would have fainted on the spot. Okay, and we've seen who she's talking about now. There was that scene that we were shown behind Port Island Station outskirts that one night, where the man with the tattoos and two others approached someone, and they seemed to have some connection to the Revenge website. They had a client that they were following out an order for, and they needed to take care of someone, so... Thankfully, our Mutatsu superfan here is okay after encountering that person. But she encountered him during the day, too, not during the dark hour, so... Hopefully one less thing to worry about. I don't see anybody else down here to talk to, so let's move on with our travels. Just seeing the end of the school day on a Monday, that's always a great place to get to, because you've made it through that first day. That first day back is always the hardest one. It's like, okay, now I'm here for the remainder of the week, but making it through that first day, it's like, okay, the hardest one is behind me now. I can just try to ride this momentum and keep it going now, and hopefully it'll be over sooner than later. Not that you want to wish time away, but who hasn't at times, especially in high school. What games are at Game Parade today? We've got High School of Youth for our charm, and Punch Boxer for our Persona strength. I'm not really here for any medicine from the pharmacy because, again, I've been, haven't been to Tartarus in a while, but I haven't been using what I've got. And it is getting hot. Yes, it is very much summer now. Again, be sure to stay hydrated, everyone. So, pharmacist, I thank you again for offering everything you've got here, for taking care of me, and just always being available. I will probably see you again tomorrow.
Done already?
It was a brief visit, but yes, I am.
Thanks.
Officer Kurosawa, I appreciate the support for the team, and especially the sales. They mean a lot. So, thank you, and I hope the day's going well.
Prices are a bit lower today. Take a look if you have a chance. What'll it be? Take as long as you need.
Looks like we're good on everything he's got here.
What do you got?
Nothing, apparently. All right. Well, that was a nice visit. So, Officer Kurosawa, take care out there. You stay hydrated as well, and let's make it a good day.
Be seeing you.
Good day. Here are my requests.
I'm still good on Elizabeth's requests.
Very well, then.
Yeah, right now I was thinking, like I said, of headed over to the student council. It's been a little while. It's also, I kind of like the thought of it being a Monday, so we can kind of catch back up with everybody after the weekend. We've got exams right around the corner, so there's probably a lot to sort out for this week. So getting a handle on things on Monday just gives us the framework for the rest of the week. So I'm thinking that would be where I want to spend my time today. He's the Emperor social link, and I've got Mikazuchi here, so that is very nice. I don't have to fuse or buy anybody. Because I'm getting a little poor. I've been making some dubious investments with the man in the suit in the evenings. But I guess I am here. I should say hi to Igor. Not like it's a chore, because I actually do want to say hi to Igor. He doesn't always say hi back, but I know he means well. He's very much all business.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Igor, Elizabeth, I hope Monday is going well for you. I always thought the Velvet Room looks nice and cool as well, so they're probably weathering the summer just fine in here, but I just hope you're both having a great day, and I appreciate your help.
We look forward forward to your next visit.
I'm still going to want to stop a couple more of my usual places just because. I want to stop by the shrine. Suimitsu, how you doing? One of these days, we'll get back together again. But yeah, I want to stop by the shrine and just check in on Maiko. Hopefully she hasn't, followed through on her running away plan yet. Good. She's still there. She looks totally healthy, totally normal, totally fine. Just what you hope to see. Her storyline, I mean, like I say, I want to get back to that as well, but as long as I can check in on her right now and see that she's okay, that's a lot of worry out of my head right now. And I feel a little less guilty going to student council now. But we're here at the shrine. We're away from the busy hustle of it all, and we're just going to take a couple seconds to clear our heads. All right. Everybody nice and calm? Very good. Let's keep on with our day then. Oh, we're here. Why not? I won't run all the way up the stairs today. I don't see anybody up there that really wants me to bother them, so... Looks like we're good for everybody on this side of the street. Let's head over to the station, and we'll take that down around to the Port Island area. Take the long way around the trap hole, as Elizabeth thought of it as. That pitfall. And we'll avoid going up the wrong way of the escalator. And off to Port Island Station. Today at Screenshot, the way of the godson is now shown. That would help with my courage. And I should be very good on gardening supplies for a while until she's got some new product to sell because of what I ordered from Tanaka's Amazing Commodities the other day. Wheat Cat, how you doing? Great to see you as always. Mew to you as well. Delinquents. Timid Cat. They're all hanging in there. Hope their Monday's going well. So, I think I've seen all of our regulars, all of the places, all the people. Let's head back to school and get on with the afternoon. Last time we spent any time with the student council, Odagiri was again arguing with people. Of all the people to accuse this most recent time, I believe it was the actual student council vice president. He'd accused her of being the guilty party and the one who left the cigarette in the boys' restroom. To which she responded, "Why would I be in there?" And his MO, his go-to response was, "Prove you're innocent then." We saw him accusing a third year of the same thing a few weeks prior to that. So it really seems like his investigation tactic has been accusing people and, doing that guilty until proven innocent approach. And he asked me what my stance was on that after everybody walked out on the student council meeting last time we were there. And he said they were all basically Neanderthals that had no vision for what order needs to be. And at that point, I had the chance to agree with him, but I have been concerned with his approach to things too. I don't think it's a good investigation technique. Even if you happen to find the guilty party, you've burned so many bridges with other people that no one would respect or trust you going forward with tactics like that. So I tried to be a decent friend in that regard and let him know my displeasure with some of his methods. And he seemed a little saddened to hear that. He's like, I thought you of all people would understand that this needs to happen to maintain order. It doesn't matter how we do it, because if we don't stop it, things are going to spread and get worse. And I'm doing this because I have to, not because I want to. This is the best, quickest, most efficient way to solve the problem. And so that was kind of one of those where we both laid all our cards on the table. I understood where he was coming from. He saw where I was coming from. And while neither of us probably really wanted to see the other side of it, it was nice to be forced to confront it and consider it. So we got a little bit closer last time in that regard. Let's, double check that with what we have in the summary here. Student council members are objecting to Odagiri's tyrannical approach to the investigation, but their words only fall on deaf ears. Yeah, that's mostly true. I do feel like he at least heard me out when I said my piece on it, but yeah, that was where we left off there. So it'll be interesting to see if we can actually make any further social progress with that today. So let's go. It's the student council room. Student council meets today. I've got Take Mikazuchi, so I should be ready there. Okay, and this is another one of those like we've been running into recently, and as we're going to find as we get further along the social links. Early on, it's really easy to make progress in these social link storylines, but relationships actually do, surprising, they take time. You don't just instantly become best friends overnight with someone. You need to be around them more, help them out more. And that's what we've been doing with a lot of them now. And it looks like we're probably in the same boat today. So it's probably likely going to be a fairly standard meeting, which you like to see. I've always championed the status quo, especially starting off on a Monday. Coming in and getting the responsible side of things done now for the club or the student council just kind of sets the tone for the whole week of having that much level of order from the student council. And I'm kind of that floater that helps wherever I'm needed, so I guess I'll go wherever I'm needed. I still want to spend time with them, though, and make that little bit of progress, because we do get closer as well, just by virtue of spending time together, and maybe that'll be enough of a push that next time we'll actually make solid, notable rank progress. And again, it also just kind of feels like that responsible thing. There have been a lot of other things taking my focus, and I don't want to let any of them go too long. I made a commitment to the student council, and I need to uphold that. I promised to help out when I could. It just seems like if I go 3 or 4 weeks before I headed back to student council, it's almost like, oh yeah, I forgot you joined our group. So I'm here to help, I'm here to work. I'm here to just do what I can to be part of the group. I see, you have a rather interesting take on things. I also like this thought too, that we are on speaking terms and we are still talking things out. He didn't instantly see me as another enemy to his rule of order. Maybe I was onto something. And it also gives me, that exact perspective from him as well. Because if I want him to see my side of things, I have to consider his as well. I can't just say, see, I knew I was right. You were wrong this whole time, and you finally came around to see it my way. That's not really understanding. That's me imposing my will on him. So it's nice to be able to just have this back and forth, actual open dialogue, and convince each other of the other side. I'm sure that I'm not 100% right on everything, and I'm sure he's not 100% wrong on everything, so this is how middle grounds are reached. So I can feel my bond with Odagiri grow stronger as we spend time together. Yes, and so based on this, there's a good chance next time we'll be able to advance our social link rank. I feel good about that. That felt like a productive use of time. A positive one that benefits the whole school, that fulfills the role I accepted at the beginning of taking on that role. Just a really good start for Monday. It'd be kind of fun to do other things, but getting those obligations squared away first and foremost opens you up to actually kind of guilt-free enjoy the free time later. With that, I decided to head back to the dorm. Oh.
Hey, sorry to bother you, Fuuka.
We've been kind of seeing more side scenes here and there in recent weeks, and this looks to be another one. Normally we just come back in from the front door, but here we've got Yukari and Fuuka up in the command room. So, hey, sorry to bother you, Fuuka.
It's okay. What's on your mind? Well, I was hoping you could do me a favor. With your skill, I mean.
I was going to speculate. I wondered if this is where this might be going.
I was doing some research on our school, and I came across something strange. 10 years ago, a lot of students stopped coming to school for some reason.
Okay, actually, this isn't the direction I was thinking things were going to go. But I do remember hearing about this rumor elsewhere, so this isn't the first time I've heard this. Was it Fuuka that talked about that? I feel like it was.
They were reported as absent at the time, but I found some records that suggest otherwise.
It actually could have been Yukari as well, now that I, kind of hedging back and forth on that, and that would kind of make sense, and she's the one who's bringing it up now. But I really do feel like recently this topic has come up.
Do you know anything about it, Fuuka? Me? Not really.
Well, it must have been Yukari then, if Fuuka doesn't know about it.
I know it was a long time ago, but Doesn't it seem suspicious to you?
It is always kind of odd when anomalies like that stand out. Any of those major deviations in data, those are the ones that you need to poke into and try to figure out why. If everything follows a set pattern and then something spikes oddly, it's like, something different happened. What happened? And so kudos to Yukari for doing that research and noticing something like that.
From what I've heard, this isn't the first time shadows have appeared.
Wait, are you saying...
I don't know, but I do wonder.
It really feels like recently this story arc has been the concept of trying to understand Tartarus and the shadows and coming to grips with what we do know and what we don't know, and trying to, I guess, to really put it all into perspective. Early on with Chairman Akutsuki, it was like we've made some great breakthroughs. We understand so much more now with the full moon and with the classification levels of the shadows and the 8 more shadows idea. It's like, man, we've got a lot of new information. But Yukari's been the other side here, who's not been poking holes in that, but just kind of been showing that other side of it. It's like, something else isn't right, though. There's still a lot we don't know. Take this anomaly, for instance. What is the deal there? Do we have everything known to us? Has everyone been fully truthful and forthright on what they know? So there's just that slight level of doubt alongside the optimism of progress.
And I'm not trying to make trouble or anything, but Kirijo-senpai acts kind of weird whenever someone brings up Tartarus.
Does she?
I just want to know what happened back then. And if it doesn't have anything to do with the shadows, then fine.
Fair enough. That seems like good investigation. If this relates to our business, I'd rather have information about it. And if it doesn't, I'm happy to rule that out as an option continuing forward. I've approached a lot of our other investigations that way as well. Kind of makes me think of talking with students at the school when we were researching the ghost stories with Fuuka. And every day I would just go through and make sure I talked to everybody. The information I got wasn't always great, but it kind of informed future investigation choices. That was the reason I bought that one website note about the school, because I'd wondered if there was going to be talk about ghost stories on the school forum site. And all that led to was the purchase of that lukewarm taiyaki. But coming off of that, knowing that that wasn't a lead I needed to follow was still an important discovery. So it kind of feels like Yukari is doing that side of things right now. If this event in the past doesn't matter, then that's fine. I'd rather it doesn't, but I also will rule it out as something that needs to be investigated going forward. So I approve of that logic, since I also tried to employ it myself.
I understand.
And Fuuka seems like a great one to count on for something like that. And they do seem like they were close ever since Yukari stopped by her room to help her unpack, and she was already unpacked. So hopefully this is just more mutual trust between the two of them.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Oh, kind of a nice little scene between the two of them.
Welcome back.
Nice to see you, Mitsuru. It actually feels like it's been a while since she was out the other day. Akihiko's here. I don't see Junpei, Yukari, or Fuuka. Actually, Yukari and Fuuka, they may actually still be up in the command room, so I'm going to want to make my way that way. First things first, I want to take this bag up to my room. Ooh, there's Junpei by the manga. I really do need to get back to Tartarus eventually. There are 2 people that are lost in the tower, and I really don't want to leave them there. I guess talking about responsibility after school and wanting to spend time with the student council, it would be kind of saying one thing and doing another if I put up going to Tartarus to read manga. But manga... Fuuka knew what I was going to ask. So we'll read through our ads first, and then we'll take Fuuka's text. A limited set meal today at Wakatsu. Today we're serving up our special limited dish, only for our regulars. A full-course seafood set meal, available at a reasonable price. We hope you will all try it. Remember, a healthy brain stems from healthy food. Wakatsu's got your back. A note from Game Parade. Games. Come play our popular crane game and try to win a prize. Then stick around and hop into one of our many immersive video games. There's great fun to be had, whether you're alone or with friends. We can't wait to see you. And it's Monday. We've seen that Monday through Wednesday, Chagall Cafe is taking part-time positions. Part-time position open. We hope everyone is having a great day. Chagall is looking for someone to work at the cafe today. Students may apply, no experience required. This is a paid position, and perks include free pheromone coffee. We look forward to meeting you. And Fuuka, I'm in the command room. I'll be inside the command room today. If you'd like to go to Tartarus, please look for me there. let's see how people spent their time. I mean, before I even look at that, I am kind of thinking, assuming everybody's available, Tartarus wouldn't be bad to get those people rescued before it gets too late. I mean, I do have 8 days until the full moon, so theoretically I've got 8 days to rescue them. But who really knows what is in store from evening to evening? Between the availability to go to Tartarus or some other thing getting in the way. It's kind of one of those, like, if I've got the time now, maybe I should take the time now. So, let's see how people chose. Yeah, 20% of people. No social links tonight. That's actually kind of nice to see. I've been trying to open some of those up in the evening. There's the man in the suit and Mutatsu-san. I spent time with Mutatsu-san the last 2 nights, though, so seemed unlikely to encounter him a 3rd night in a row. I see people's total floors explored is getting higher, so I like I said, I thought I reached that barrier floor at 69, so maybe now that is a little bit closer. Seeing like, reading with Junpei or cooking with Mitsuru over there, those both sound nice as well, but for the same reason of being responsible at student council was the right choice, I think being responsible and rescuing those people is the preferred choice. So first and foremost, very first, I'm going to head downstairs and stand in front of that refrigerator because tomorrow, that is the 30th. That is when the refrigerator is cleaned, and that's when I can get this lukewarm taiyaki put in there. So I want to burn this into my brain as much as I can. That tomorrow, I need to come down here, 6:30, on that date. The last time it was cleaned out a couple weeks ago, I missed it by 1 day, and it was full the next day. So I guess it's one of those you really need to stake your claim when you get it. So tomorrow will be the day that I can get this lukewarm taiyaki and put it in the freezer. And while I'm down here, I'll say hi to Akihiko, check the news, then make my way upstairs. So maybe I'll take a step out the front door first and foremost and just take a walk around.
By the way,
Stories about the lost have really picked up at school. My guess is there's a shadow making its move out there. I guess our full moon theory was right. Things are getting even more interesting. Let's see what's on TV. There's nothing interesting on the news. Nice when you can just turn the TV on and instantly know that. Like, nope, nothing here for me. And maybe that's also the game's way of saying, hey, don't get distracted. You talked about getting some work done, so don't watch the news all night. Head to Tartarus. And actually even saying that out loud right now, I need to focus, don't I? I need to just go back to the dorm. I've been to the mall today. I've been to the Iwatodai station area. Yeah. Go home. Talk to people. Go to Tartarus. Do what I can do as a member of C's. Kind of different not talking to Junpei or Mitsuru, but they both got other activities they want to do, so. Also, actually, saying that kind of makes me feel a little guilty in that, it looks like they do have other things they want to do, but I'm going to place that call to them and say, hey, let's go to Tartarus tonight. And Mitsuru's like, I guess I can cook another night. And Junpei's probably, man, I borrowed those manga because Tom wanted to read them, and now we're not going to read them tonight. But I'm sure they all would also understand that if we're trying to go rescue people lost in Tartarus, that does kind of take priority over cooking your manga. Even if we don't want to admit it at the time. Yukari, how's it going?
Huh?
Oh, hey. We're just talking about girl stuff, so... What's with that look? I don't want to call her up. I mean, she is kind of acting suspiciously, and we kind of have an unfair advantage of being shown that scene between the two of them already, so we do know what they talked about. So I do have, an unfair level. Saying that I trust them is I do trust them, but it's not really the same level of trust when I've already got the information, so I know they're telling the truth. Well, actually, technically she's lying by saying they're talking about girl stuff. And then I love the thought, dude, can I join in? It's like, no, obviously you can't. So it's nothing. I trust you.
Yeah.
You better. but seriously, though, we're just talking. Yeah, they don't owe me an explanation on any of that. They can talk about whatever they want. I mean, there's that self-conscious part of me. If I came in and somebody responded like that, they'd be like, are they talking about me? Should I be concerned? But yeah, they don't owe me anything. Fuuka, let's talk. We were just talking about girl stuff, that's all. It's not like I was asked to look into something or anything. It's really nothing at all. I don't think Fuuka likes to lie about things. And she seems as confident about it as I feel at times. So what is everyone's status? Everyone can go. That is a really good sign. I think like this is kind of those stars align moments where there's no social links, there's no prior commitment I really need to do. Everyone can go. I want to level up some people in Tartarus. Oh, but before I do, there is actually a reason I do want to head out. I want to stop by Club Escapade and have my fortune told. You can do that once per full moon session. We've only got 8 days till the next full moon. So if I can run into some potentially rare shadows and gain a little bit more experience, then all the better. It's going to cost me 3,000 yen, which is actually a significant portion of what I have left now. It was a drop in the bucket about a week ago when I had close to 80,000, but now I'm down to a tenth of that. But money's there to be spent. We talked about that before, too. I'm not some dragon that needs to just hoard all of my money and spend it on nothing. I don't want to become a pauper begging around town, but there's that happy medium. There's the bartender getting us something new to say. Yep, no Mutatsu-san tonight. Hey, what'll you have? Oh, it's you. The monk's not here today. He doesn't usually come on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. He's probably busy holding services or something. That's interesting. Kind of nice to have that schedule known a little bit more so, though. Now then, what shall it be? This time I want to know my fortune. We've got 3 choices here. The rarity fortune to get more rare shadows, the gamble fortune for strong shadows, and the soul fortune, which increases the rate of which the theurgy gauge charges. That one feels like there could be a niche use for it, but if I can actually overcome some rare shadows, I'd really like to attempt that. They pay off well. They're super skittish, but a good reward if overcome. So I'm going to make a wish for that, or have that fortune told. If that is what you wish, it will be 3,000 yen. Are you sure this is what you want? Yes, please. Then let us begin. I see it. If you go to the Tower of Shadow tonight, you are destined to face an adversary clad in gold. Let us hope that you find fortune in your destiny. Alright. This is also kind of like, putting that 3,000 yen up. It's like, okay, I'm definitely going now. It would take something very unforeseen to get in my way now. So we're gonna hike back up those stairs, talk to Fuuka, and let's head for Tartarus. It's been nice doing the various social link things in the evening the last few nights and just enjoying my time a bit more, but it has been at the expense of putting off going to Tartarus. I have thought about that. I don't feel behind like I did in the previous month as we were getting closer to the full moon. I mean, I technically am a little bit in terms of level, but by going tonight, that should help, address that problem as well. So, there's a lot of good things going for it. Party-wise, I'm level 25, everybody else is slightly lower, so I definitely want Akihiko and Mitsuru in the party. And then it's kind of a toss-up between Yukari and Junpei. Probably going to take Yukari just for her healing effects until then. Or until she levels up and we need to swap out. Everybody's average level was 26, I think it said, so I'm not super far off yet. A couple rare shadows, and I could be right back in the game. So let's put the call out to go to Tartarus tonight. And it's always interesting making this decision too, and just kind of hoping that I'm not inconveniencing the rest of the team when it seems to be basically my call. I guess they don't really mind when they go out and do other things, and we don't go to Tartarus, so... I guess that's also true. If they didn't want to go, nothing says they have to show up at the tower.
Yes.
All right, let's meet at the usual place. I'll let the others know. See you there. And nice of Fuuka to coordinate all that as well. It's like, oh yeah, I'll let the others know. So she's got to now go tell everybody that we're planning to go to Tartarus and kind of arrange all that for us. Well, first things first, before I head into the tower, I should probably try to fuse a persona. I don't think I actually can necessarily. I think everything that's fusible with what I have is a higher level than I am, but I'd rather try now and make that space for a new persona if I find one along the climb. I'm good with registering.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
So we're just here to try to fuse.
What kind of persona
Oh, level 27.
do you desire?
Desired or not, I can't make it, so thanks for now.
Finished? We look forward to your next visit.
I think I do have one slot, though, so I can, find something in the tower and bring it back down with me. Also makes me think I want to talk to Elizabeth while I'm here to try to narrow down our search. 69 floors is kind of a lot to comb in one night.
Good day.
About the missing persons.
I can sense a presence.
I sense someone. There seems to be a human presence within Tartarus between floors 55 and 59. It would be best for you to search the tower and locate them as soon as possible. 55 and 59.
Very well, then.
Yeah, that's a lot more approachable. The team looks ready to go. The game's all saved up. And like I like to try to do, I'm going to shoot for about an hour in the tower here. Give or take. It is the dark hour, after all.
Uh-huh.
We had that rarity fortune, and Fuuka also senses someone nearby. Getting a signal from floor 56. That's really close.
Everyone, it's time to get to work.
It's nice to just get back in here. It feels like it's been a while since I've been in Tartarus. That very first week we got access to the new section, I was there for 4 days out of 7. Oh, look at that. Very first floor. There's a rare shadow.
Great.
I mean, seeing it is one thing, and actually being able to overcome it is a whole different gamble. And having it be the very first enemy there, I've got... Alright. Sorry to abruptly stop talking, but it turned its back. I needed to try to capitalize on that.
It'd be great if we can defeat it.
I apparently don't have one of my faster personas equipped. I must have used some things around. I like the initial progress we're making on doing some damage here, though.
Oh no!
They are very evasive, though.
Darkness seems effective here.
Darkness. Okay, yeah, that targets everybody. Got Sandman here as well. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm kind of, nickel and diming that small amount of SP difference, but why spend an abundance when I don't need to? Sandman, let's try Aha. Nice. And with luck, this all-out attack should hopefully do it. That would be a really great way to start the climb tonight. Nice. It's going to be a good night. And the Fool. Love it. That's going to mean more experience for the remainder of Tartarus for basically the whole hour tonight now. And there you go, a couple levels right off the bat.
I've learned a new skill.
Let's do the same thing for our next fight.
I'd love to do that every fight. I'd like to get a faster persona equipped. Actually, yeah, starting with Matador here is gonna give me an auto Tsukukaja and auto. No, this is just the one. This is just auto Tsukukaja. Yeah, that's still what, increased attack, accuracy. Yep, it's a free stat bonus. No sense arguing with that.
Shadows with your bare fists, Sonata Senpai?
I always hate interrupting their stories, but
It's our chance to go first. 2 enemies. You can take them.
weak to light and wind.
What to do?
Light damage to all foes. Ooh, looks great. Oh, the wind damage is 2 points cheaper, so. And I've got that accessory equipped that gives me, 3 SP back every turn. So that kind of helps out a lot. Also nice to come back to floors I've been on before and just feel a little bit more capable. Not that they were especially hard fights leading up to it, but Elect Break, all stats. Taking a persona is not a bad one. I've actually already got a couple chariot persona that are close in level 2 Zosho 10 there, so from a potentially fusing something new standpoint, maybe I will look for somebody else. Yep, I'll take a skill card. Why not?
That was excellent leadership.
Again, they praise me for some things that don't feel like they really need or deserve praise. Like, wow, you targeted the enemy's weakness, the weakness that you knew and that you had the ability to target. Like, yes, I very much did that. And thank you for noticing, but I guess you know, I don't want to complain about them noticing either.
Stairs!
And here's our missing person already. Actually, that being the case, maybe I should have taken that persona, because ideally we'll be able to escort this person back down to the first floor. I'm sure there's someone here. Please check everywhere.
Next.
Hey, there's a treasure chest.
Three targets. They won't know it hit them.
This one's weak to fire. And then wind. Or light. And I guess if I attacked with light, that would give me that knowledge on the maniacal book here. Fire makes sense because it uses ice attacks.
I'll go with.
Okay, totally blocks light.
Did it! 2 enemies down!
And like I've also said on some of these return trips to Tartarus, it's kind of freeing to know that I won't be encountering guardian floors of really strong shadows. So I need to be a little less conservating, or I need to conserve a little bit less of my SP going forward. Not that I want to recklessly use it, but another major arcana, nice to have early on. Of all of them, I mean, I don't really need any agility sutras, but they're not bad to have. I mean, I've already got the one I really wanted that gives me that bonus experience.
Doing pretty well.
A few gems there, that's nice. A lot of forks in the road, it feels like.
It's a treasure chest.
There's the stairs.
Stairs.
And at this point, I'm definitely going to look for the person. I'm going to... I'd like to find a persona if I really could in some sort of shuffle time between now and then, just to be able to go back to Igor and Elizabeth and maybe make a new persona. Could be asking a lot, but who knows? It's been a lucky run so far already, so maybe that luck will hold true. It's also going to be nice to find this person and get him downstairs and get that game saved.
3 targets. They won't know it hit them.
Everybody's weak to ice. And I could do it myself. That actually does contribute to my theurgy gauge, so I was going to say I could just let Mitsuru handle this, but I might as well just take care of it myself since I can recover some of that SP and it helps my theurgy gauge. There we go. There's a strength persona. Yeah. Do I already have a... I actually might have one of those as well. But I was looking for a persona. I guess if I find another more compatible one, I could always drop that one along the way. But now if I don't, I do have something I'm taking back with me. That looks to be our missing person. So I'm not leaving them there, but I want to finish off this other shadow
Everything
here.
on this floor by now. Since we've seen all there is to see, should we get going now?
Probably yes. Especially now that we met the Reaper, we really don't want to spend an overlong amount of time on any given floor. There's just that perpetual thought that he will show up, and he will not do anything good to me if he catches me now.
They won't know it hit them.
Hit him with light here.
Excellent.
And they're weak to ice, so I'm gonna move it over to Mitsuru. Let her shine for this one.
I'll show no
Always nice when this teamwork pays off, and the whole knockdown, all-out attack, routine just comes together. Super rewarding. Money is always nice. I've been spending that like it's going out of style.
That was excellent leadership.
All right, that's the whole
Keep up the
floor.
good work.
So let's rescue this person. There's actually somebody else in here to find as well.
A missing person? Let's get them to safety.
Agreed. Man in pain. This must be one of the people who went missing. We need to provide treatment immediately. Please return to the entrance as soon as you can. Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to take him back.
Yes.
Understood. I'll wait for you at the entrance. Welcome back. So it looks like you were able to rescue a missing person. We can have them stay here for now. We'll see them off properly when the time comes. Very good. Actually, we're going to double check with Elizabeth here because there's going to be somebody else out there. I should probably do that after stopping in the Velvet Room, since it's going to be a good test of my memory now.
I can sense a presence.
I sense someone. Seems to be a human presence within Tartarus between floors 61 and 68. It's a bit broader range this time around. It would be best for you to search the tower and locate them as soon as possible. How the requests look.
Here are my requests.
Still good.
Very well.
Alright, so I'm going to get the game saved here because we made a lot of great progress already. Still looks like a good team balance. Nothing against Junpei, but maybe once Akihiko catches up I can swap the two of them out, or maybe he and Mitsuru. But for now, let's pop inside the Velvet Room. I guess I could register my persona, but I don't need to do that every time. I guess if I'm not making anybody new, there's no sense in registering, so I'll save a bit of time that way.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Can I actually make anything? That's the biggest question right now.
I will then. Shall we take a
Technically, I could make Narcissus or Valkyrie, but I'm not really looking for either of them, so that answers that. And that was what, level 27 for my next?
look? Shall we take a look?
Well, if I can manage to somehow gain 2 levels tonight, I can make some new persona.
We look forward to your next visit.
I didn't say it's not impossible to gain a couple levels, but it seems unlikely. I'm going to need to run into quite a few rare shadows, which I would love. That'd be great if I could do that. 61 and 68. So that's the range I need to follow up on now. Let's go. I will use the teleporter because I want to look in the right range. And it's nice here too. It's like, 61, so I can just teleport to 60 and start right there. It's not like it said, oh yeah, they're going to be on floor 66. It's like, okay, well, I'm climbing from 60 either way then. There's a person nearby. It must be one of those missing people who wandered in here. I'm getting a signal from floor 64. Let's hurry. 64 is not that far off. Slightly stronger shadows. Did I put the proper persona? I did not. I was going to be well down the order here.
All right, let's get going.
Let's do it. Whoa. That was odd.
On the nights we don't come out here, should I go jogging during the dark hour instead?
I think maybe that shadow encountered that bit of the tower and kind of got confused, so it was rerouted that way.
We caught them by surprise.
Or there's some sort of shenanigans going on.
I'm still setting up. It'll take a little more time.
I'll go with.
We'll just keep targeting weaknesses. It doesn't really warrant a lot of description from time to time here. Like, obviously, that's what I've been doing. It's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm not going to go silent on you either and just stare at the screen by myself for 10 minutes here. Nice to see shuffle time. Ooh, Neko Shogun. Yeah, I think I am actually going to pick up the persona here and swap it out for that Rakshasa there. It's a slightly higher level, and it's the Star Arcana, so that'll open up some new potential options once we go back downstairs.
Good teamwork, everyone. Now on to the next. Ooh,
a rare shadow, look at that. Oh. Okay, This is the kind where I don't want to linger around too long, but I also don't want to unnecessarily rush and lose my moment. Just had to move forward a bit there to get the mini-map opened up to get a better look at where the shadow is. Because again, they're very skittish, and if it's even close to looking at me, it will notice me and it will run, so... He's going to turn around here in a second. Yeah.
Hey.
I know how you operate. Alright, now, ideally, we can capitalize here.
It's a rare shadow. Do your best to take it down.
Take to darkness. Sandman, you're made for this. Although, since I'm going first this time around, there's less of a chance that their all-out attack is going to completely wipe it out here. So it still is going to fall to the others to, you know, fill in my blanks here. Or not. Maybe we'll just win right off the bat. That works too. I'll take the Major Arcana if I can get closer to an Arcana burst. It's given stats to all my personas. Now I definitely have a bunch of persona to register next time I'm down there. 2,200 experience.
That was excellent leadership.
Filled my theurgy gauge as well, so that's nice. I need to be better about using that once it's filled. A lot of times we'll just be encountering weak shadows, and it's kind of
There's a treasure.
not really a waste,
What
but
should we do?
not as extremely essential. It'd be best if I could find a strong shadow or something to use it on. There's the stairs. So what's the opposite direction? A strong shadow. What do you know about that?
This would be a fight worth our while.
We caught them by surprise.
Stay on guard. I'm still setting up. It'll take a little more time.
It's kind of one of those, like, no sense not using my theurgy here. We don't need healed, so we're going to go with the Jack Brothers again. Should be a high chance of a knockdown. Well, high chance isn't 100%. But that's why we've got Mitsuru coming in after the fact to use the correct element. And I mean, this is a stronger enemy, so this actually could test us a little bit more. It looked like it had a lot of status ailment abilities, which can really get in the way fast. It's got distress, which unfortunately I think means it's more likely to run away, which I would really... say I don't really want, but being charmed... Ooh, ugh, lots of people got charmed.
Now you've done it.
I've got
Wow. Okay, remember what I was saying about status ailments being a problem? This is what happens. Kind of makes me think maybe I should consider using status ailments more often as well. I mean, that totally debilitated my party here. I mean, we'd have lost already if it weren't for Yukari healing us up. And I am just committed to being a detriment to my team here. Yeah, defense down on top of that. Why not?
Careless.
There's not a lot I can say here. I mean, I'm just kind of along for the ride at this point. Okay, well, oh wow. That was a mess. I almost feel like if I've got the ability to heal somebody else, you get that status ailment away. I mean, they'll probably come off on their next turn, but wow. Patra, is that going to do it? That does dispel charm. I was gonna say Mitsuru's next, so maybe she would run. It would come off on her own. If I were to heal Akihiko, he'd probably hopefully stop healing the enemy or wailing on the party. I 100% underestimated this fight. Oh, come on. Okay. There's a part of me that just thinks, maybe I should run. I'm not going to, but man, this fight. I'm going ice. I've got to knock it down. I've got to do something. And it attacks with fire. So do I have anything that has an ice attack that isn't going to get bodied by fire? Sandman, you're up again. Of course.
Can't afford to lose. Your angel senpai's down. Someone do something. All right, everyone.
You'll pay for that.
Yukari-chan.
Let's use this and regroup.
Well, I guess, remember how I said I haven't been using any healing items? I get to do some shopping on Saturday, probably. This fight is abysmal.
Sonata senpai's charmed. Can you help him?
No, I can't. He's beyond my help now. It's just the three of us, but I need to do some damage to it. This fight has just gone so many directions away from where it was supposed to be. Yep, you did. You're down again. Good job. Okay.
Let's do something useful.
I'd really like us to not run out of revival items. That.
Senpai's charmed. Can you help him?
What's next?
I don't even really feel like I know anymore. I feel like the game took pity on me there. I mean, I'm not going to argue with the outcome of not getting charmed there, but man, this is going to teach me to wish for a strong shadow. Like, oh, I've got my full theurgy gauge. This will be great. Wow. Yeah, I'll take the increased all-out attack damage. Sure.
Perfect coordination.
No, it wasn't. It was a mess. I like the levels. I mean, that's a happy takeaway.
That certainly went well.
In what world? He got hit in the head a lot. Maybe he's not thinking straight. All right. Well, we made it through. As ugly as it was, as bad as it was. At the end of the day, the day was over. I'm definitely taking these stairs. I have seen enough of this floor.
Found the stairs. Want to head up?
And that was just one floor in this climb up to floor 66.
Now, what do we run into next?
I don't even want to speculate anymore.
Enemy spotted. Let's take him down.
Oop. Well, that wasn't a preemptive strike.
2 enemies. You can do it.
Weak to light, weak to electric.
I'll go with.
Well, hopefully I can knock it down here, and then I can shift off to Akihiko, who hopefully follows suit with a Zio attack. There we go. All right, we're turning the corner now. We've had our rough patch. Now we're gonna we'll move past it. And things will come back from here. Okay, that's what I liked out of fight. Another major arcana as well. That's enough for an arcana burst. So okay. There's not a huge amount of time left in the dark hour, but I'll make the most of what I do have. 3,000 more yen.
This is over.
Gotta stock up on some yen to replenish some medicine. stairs again. Teleporter. Kind of tempting to head back downstairs and regroup after all that. But, it's behind us. I just gotta let it go.
Then let's be off.
There's a shadow.
And I guess looking at things, I mean, I used a lot of items, but right now, SP, HP, we're looking pretty good. I'm gonna just, keep looking for those silver linings.
2 enemies. We have the chance to hit first.
And they're weak to wind, maybe other things.
What to do?
Not gonna take any chances, though.
Yes! You're on a roll!
Principality is a nice one, but I'm full, so I'm gonna take the money. Somebody wants to scout ahead.
Hey!
I'm on it. Just let me handle this. I'm counting on you. My one main healer of the party. Thankfully, it wasn't a massive floor. A lifestone, nice.
Shadow up ahead. We taking it out?
That's the goal, but, we'll take it as efficiently, hopefully, as possible. Great start.
Looks like the enemy's weak to light.
What to do?
All right, we got Fuuka's Theurgy Gauge ready. That's nice.
I'll go with it.
The enemy light!
There we go. We'll just keep taking the money for now.
That certainly went well.
Hopefully we can regroup with Yukari here. There she is. Oh, there you are. I was taking a quick look up ahead. Here you go. I picked this up while I was at it. Malachite, some parts of the tower. Very nice. It seems like you all met up safely. Thank you for scouting ahead. Okay, this is our floor. Actually, kind of glad the game reminded me, because it would have been so easy to just, tunnel vision on going higher. Getting the reading of a person. Please go secure them right away. I'm sure there's someone here. Check everywhere, please.
Oh, there's a treasure chest.
There sure is.
Ooh, made it.
I won't miss my chance.
We've got the upper hand.
To electric and weak to wind.
I'll go with. Come, Persona!
Yes, you did it! You're on a 2 enemies down!
It's all you.
I'll pass off to Akihiko here. Hopefully he can knock the other one down. Mazio, nice. I mean, I'm not sure what that does to the others, but it just makes them that much more susceptible to going down on our all-out attack here. The big one might stake around. They're pretty hardy. Thankfully not, though. Ice boost. Some money. I mean, the experience would be nice. That is one of the main reasons I'm here, but I've spent so much recently that I really do kind of need to try to reamass some of that. A Patra gem. I believe that's a status healing item. Almost like the game is mocking me at that point. Nah, I'll need it. I'm glad to have it. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the
One of
mouth.
those chests.
It's a strong shadow over there. Oh, revival bead, that helps. Do I fight the strong shadow? I really should. No. I mean, I really should, yes, but I'm going to learn my lesson. I'm going to rescue the person. I'm going to head downstairs and save it, and then we'll come back up here. Probably not see the same shadow, but then I'll have the game saved, and we'll be able to finish off the Dark Hour in a more positive note, hopefully. That must be one of the people who went missing. We need to provide treatment immediately. Please return to the entrance as soon as you can. Of course. Understood. I'll wait for you at the entrance. Welcome back. So it seems like you were able to rescue a missing person. We can have them stay here for now. We'll see them off properly when the time comes. I tried another search, but I'm still not picking up anyone else's presence inside. It seems we've rescued everybody who accidentally ended up in Tartarus. Music to my ears. That's just what I wanted to hear. That lines up with what we should know as well. Yep, they're all 3 rescued now. Well, the 2 newest ones were. So again, I'm going to stop in here and see if that one Neko Shogun I picked up is capable of fusing anything before I head back into the tower.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Let's just take a look. I guess I'll wait to register until I can see if I can fuse.
Shall we take a look?
Still not quite. Actually, Neko Shogun will be good for fusing Legion, but I need to gain 1 more level to make that a reality.
Very well.
So that means I will hold on to Neko Shogun, though. Yeah, there's not a lot of time left, but I will try to get everything I can out of what is left. Party status is looking probably about the same as it's been. Yep, still would really love Akihiko to get 1 more level. I mean, if I could see, 1 more 25 as well, so if either Mitsuru, well, I guess it's not going to be Junpei. 1,200, 700, not in the party, 2,500, 800, 900. Okay, so, there's an outside chance anyway. But again, the game is saved, right? Yes, it is. So now I can safely return back in the tower. We're on 64. Why not? We've got a handful of floors to reach to the 2-way teleporter.
All right, let's get going.
I've already got the treasure chests. Good chance these are the stairs off this way. And by that, I mean, no, of course it's a dead end off this way. Stairs? Who said stairs? It wasn't me that said stairs, was it?
Now's our chance.
Go for an electric shock.
Electric can win. Yep. I'll go with. It worked last time, so if I just follow that same routine, hopefully we can keep it going again.
Excellent. You did it. You call? 2 enemies down.
It is nice to be making this progress with the team, too, and getting these levels now, and being a little bit more in line with everybody else again. Just to kind of feel that much more prepared for the full moon in a week or so. A week from tomorrow, I think it was. There's nothing to say I won't be back here another time or two between now and then, but the more I can get done tonight, just the easier it will be. I'll take the experience here.
Does it look like we'll be needing a 10 count?
Yeah, 726 divides 4 ways decently. Oh, I see. Yeah, there was the other. Well, let's head off this way. Who knows? Maybe it is still a rare shadow up here. It's not.
Enemy spotted. Let's take him down. We've got the upper hand.
We've got the advantage. Don't hold anything
Weak
back.
to wind, weak to light, weak to fire. Well, I guess I can do that. Again, I'm not holding on to this SP to take it with me, so.
You did it. You're on 2 enemies down.
And there's my Theurgy gauge filled again. Maybe I will hold off on this one, since I do have that healing ability. Maybe if I do put myself in dire straits again, it will be that nice fallback. Hey, jack-o'-lantern. nice to see, but so is me.
That certainly went well.
It did, and it's also kind of some of those humbling fights to really just make sure that don't get too full of yourself, because all it can take is one dubious decision or strong shadow or rushing in to try to fight one.
Preparing to analyze.
I'll go with.
I've already scanned this
And
one.
this one, I say, this one doesn't have any weaknesses. That's kind of a bummer. This one does, though. Actually, I've got a team here. I might as well conserve a little bit of my SP. Nice dodge. See, our best chance is either going to be Mitsuru freezing the whatever this beetle here is, and then Akihiko getting a critical hit, or just Akihiko getting that critical. Well, that was some nice damage too, though. Ow. And that would figure if this is a critical hit. It wasn't. But ow, either way.
You're susceptible to poison. See if you can take advantage of that.
What to do?
I could try to poison it, but I just want this fight to be over.
Oh, enemies defeated. Good work out there.
I'll take the experience because I've got other ways I can heal us up. Isn't a lot of experience, but again, I'll take what I can get.
Found the stairs. Wanna climb up?
Let's do it.
Best to stay on your toes here.
Isn't that the truth? A soul drop.
There's a chest. Wanna try opening it?
I've been getting sloppy approaching shadows recently. I don't know what it is. I guess it's a sign that the dark hour's almost over.
I won't miss my chance.
Yuji, I think I can use it now.
Go with.
I do have Fuuka's Theurgy I could use, but that's going to be one of those I'm also going to save for a clutch moment. Same with my own now. We're getting close enough to the end of the hour that... money or experience? Money opens up a lot of avenues for me that experience will come with time.
Doing pretty well.
Sigma Drive. Lowers the chance of sustaining critical hits. That's not bad. I mean, it's not anything I'm going to be looking to equip right away either, but it has its use cases.
I'm still setting up. It'll take a little more time.
Weak to wind, weak to ice. I'll just swing wildly and attempt.
Yukari-chan, not one down.
But yeah, ideally Mitsuru's going to follow up here since everything is weak to ice now.
Do it. You're doing great, Yukari-chan.
There we go. I knew I could count on her.
I'll slice you to pieces. Out of my sight.
Ooh, free party healing. Again, though, I've got other ways to heal, so I will this time take the experience. I passed it up for money before, but
Doing pretty well.
I guess, yeah, we don't really need the healing either. I thought we were a little worse off than we were, so I'm even happier with that choice now. I do want to stay constantly vigilant of the potential threat of the Reaper. It's not an encounter I want to have.
All right, let's
going.
I've already said that, I realize, but it is still just kind of, keep you guys posted on what's, rattling around in my head. That one's still there. I can see the stairs up ahead here, so that's encouraging.
On rainy days, I always have to warm up first. Otherwise, my old injuries start to ache.
I've heard of that before. I wonder if it's because of a drop in barometric pressure.
I've heard that as well. Alright. So that was kind of a roundabout way for that shadow, but it was nice to hear them talk it out.
Two enemies.
We have the
You have the
advantage.
chance to hit first.
Actually, I'll just go with Maragi. May as well hit them both for the cost of 2 SP.
That's an enemy down. On a roll.
It's all you.
Leave it to me. Persona.
And she was thinking the same thing, but from the Garu side of it. So I really like to think we can handle these two now that they're on the ground.
We're not gonna go easy.
Nice to see Yukari being the one to lead the all-out attack here, too. I think that means everybody today's led an all-out attack at some point. Other than Junpei, who's downstairs still.
That went great.
Nice. Okay, that's level 24 for Akihiko.
Looks like I'm getting even stronger.
And a better healing skill as well. You like to see it.
That certainly went well.
It certainly did. How are we looking now? 279. Alright, what I'd really like to do, I believe I'm just a stone's throw. Alright, here comes a strong shadow. Yukari's also got her theurgy gauge charged, though.
There's a powerful enemy.
Alright. Let's approach this responsibly. It's the same one as before.
It's my chance.
Good start. Alright, I am going to start... Oh. Yep, I'm going to take Fuuka's ability right off the bat here.
Now.
Maybe she could up our evasion, or anything she can do for us. Yeah, attack, defense, accuracy, and evasion. Thank you, Fuuka. I'm going to hold off on my theurgy because I can use it as a healing fallback.
I'm still setting up.
It's weak to
It'll
ice,
take a little more time.
and it hits with fire. That's right. So, if I take Sandman here, then I've got that coverage from fire. And then it's just being confused that'll be the bane of my existence. Nice to see Mitsuru get to go next and repeat the process of the down all-out attack.
The enemy's
But I am definitely going to be humble here and say that, this could turn in the blink of an eye, so I'm just going to keep trying to make that progress now while I can. We're looking good. Alright, here we go.
try harder.
Just a Akihiko. That could have done without that side of it.
Senpai's down. Someone do something. Senpai's charmed. Can you help him?
I think Cadenza is going to be a great help here. We haven't seen this theurgy yet either, so some free healing. That'll open Yukari up to potentially dispelling the charm off of Akihiko. Very nice. Yeah, there we go. Now, depending on how speed works out, if Mitsuru can go
Now
next.
you've done it.
And, it's also evasive, so I do have to account for that. That works. That I will not argue with that outcome. And getting a shuffle time out of it is all the better. It's a strong enemy, so it's worth more experience, so I'm going to take that over the money this time. That's what I was hoping for. I was going to say, I really hope I can level up before we leave Tartarus tonight. This does not disappoint.
All right, who's next?
So now, I think, considering the time, next teleporter I see, it will be about time to wrap things up for the night. I've had a lot of successes. I've stumbled a fair bit, but all things considered, we're coming out in good shape.
Wanna head up?
Might have to make it up through one more floor here to see that teleporter. There's a strong shadow in front of a rare chest.
There's a treasure chest.
Was this the floor that was full of strong shadows that time? I wonder if that's always the case. There was a floor where we learned about... No, I don't see strong shadows everywhere. There was a floor that taught us about Fuuka's jamming ability.
Doesn't that...
Oop, wrong button, but I'm actually also here to change my persona, so we're gonna exit the menu and hopefully swing my sword. There we go. It was sloppy, but it worked.
3 enemies detected.
Weak to ice, weak to fire. Alright.
What to do?
I'll do the single target fire, and then we'll shift off to Mitsuru to hopefully follow up with the ice.
That's an enemy down.
Do it.
I'll take it from here. I'll show no mercy.
Expertly done.
I'll slice you to pieces. Executed.
Nice. Nice guy between healing and experience. Yeah, a devil here wouldn't be bad, but I've got enough persona. I've actually got something at level 26 I can fuse when I get down there, so I'm not going to rock the boat. I'll take the experience.
C'est magnifique.
Another level? Okay.
Let's do the same thing for our next fight.
I've got 31 Twilight Fragments, so I can afford to spend a few this floor. Fire boost. It's fine. Oh. Alright, that's a total of 50 Twilight, using a total of 50 Twilight Fragments. So I will take that.
It's one of those chests.
Another Patra gem. The stairs are off that way, so that is nice. Do I press my luck? I'm gonna equip Matador, partially for the speed, but also for that little bit of the auto bonus at the start of the fight. Maybe I'm getting greedy
That
here.
might prove to be a difficult fight.
Just get that bit of tower out of my way. I really don't want to mess this up. Thankfully I didn't. Here we go again.
The enemy looks tough.
What to do? Never
No,
mind.
we're going over to Sandman. That's right. I need that fire coverage. And it'll be interesting to see if the other two decide to use their theurgy gauges at this point. Again, I know I could step in and manually use them myself. I think between the two, Mitsuru is more likely to use hers.
Do it.
But maybe since she's got something that already corresponds to enemy weakness, she's going to prioritize saving that.
The enemy's dead. Like fish in a barrel. There's no escape.
Alright, that's the bulk of our outgoing damage, and I just kind of got to hope at this point. All four missed. Okay. There's going to be a hit there. Yeah.
You've been knocked down.
My heart.
Now you've done it.
All right, well, all things considered.
I'll show you. Now. Here we come.
So there was one bad encounter against the temptation snake or whatever we've got here, but thankfully a couple others that were more successful. There's Neko Shogun again. I'm going to take the experience again, though.
Crushing victory.
Yeah, it was a little touch and go. Better than it could have been.
Perfect. Just what we hoped for.
A land badge. There's a part of me that wants to check that out, but there's also that part of me that feels like I'm, again, pressing my luck, and I should probably make for the stairs. Usually when I have those instincts, it proves to be somewhat worth listening to them. And And I know where the stairs are, so just follow off on this one shadow here. This should be, hopefully, I think this takes us to a barrier floor, or a teleporter floor. It's going to be weak to fire. And electric, so I'll shift off to Akihiko. Probably could have gone with Maragi there to hit them both.
I can take over anytime. It's all you.
And it is kind of nice to get to the end of an hour too and just see how much of our HP and SP is left over. I don't think I've been explicitly, conserving. I've maybe been a little bit on my own end, but the others I've been able to attack before they've had a chance to release. That'd be a lot worse off if I wasn't recovering 3 every turn. Wind boost, money. I'll take the money. 3,600. Okay, that's pretty good. That's more than I'd have made working at Chagall tonight.
Let's do the same thing for our next fight.
These are the stairs.
Looks like we can head up.
Yeah, that looks like it's been about an hour, so. Here's our teleporter. Let's take it off here. Back to floor 1. Walking away by our own choice. We didn't get defeated in the tower yet. We came close, though. So, let's first and foremost save the game. I'm going to go in, I'm going to register my persona. I'm going to consider fusing that new one now, because now that it's the end of the day, that kind of changes my approach to things. And I don't really want to fuse away a bunch of the persona I have if they correspond to a social link. But I might have some duplicates that I can fuse off and just see how it goes. Definitely have to register into the compendium, though, since everybody got stats from the Emperor and Empress Arcani. So I'm really, putting Igor and Elizabeth through their paces today.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. Registering, I see.
I still kind of like the Matador I've got registered already.
Will you register it to all registered? Will you register it to the compendium? All registered. Will you rester it to the
Nice to look at these breakdowns of the stats for our ally or for the personas as well and see they're getting a little bit higher. They've been gaining stats, and these ones with growth 1, they've gained some experience, so that's been cool.
Is overriding. I've completed registration. Is overriding. All registered.
Neko Shogun probably won't be the one to be, or won't be registered, but yep, everybody else for the most part.
Register it to the all registered.
All right. I guess I'll check. Yeah, I've got a better one already there. So now let's take a look at what I can fuse.
I too. What kind of persona?
I could make Legion the Fool, but it would cost me my Hermit, which I wouldn't really need again until Sunday, but a level 28 persona is kind of expensive to resummon. And the Fool social link is that of Seas itself, so that's not really one I've got the chance to choose to spend time with to get that Arcana bonus. So for now, I think I might actually just hold off. Yeah, and I guess if I do need to pick up a persona, I can fuse that one to open up a spot, because that would just use the star, which I don't have a social link for, and then I could just go back and resummon my Hermit, so that works pretty well.
Are you finished?
I am. Thank you both.
We look forward to your next visit.
Oh, with that should wrap up our time here. We rescued the couple of people that were lost. Gained some levels, which was nice. Kind of took a beating, especially in that one fight. Again, that's really the one that sticks out. There were a lot more good fights that weren't a problem, so I should probably dwell more on the good ones and less on the bad. But we gained some good levels. Pretty close to that level 25 average. A couple 24s still in the mix here. I'm kind of considering that maybe, this won't change anything tonight, but I will take Mitsu out of the party and add Junpei, just so that next time my group of 4 consists of the ones that need the experience most. Arguably. I mean, technically Yukari would probably be the best one to take out, but her healing was definitely the MVP of tonight. We would not have survived that fight without her. But for tonight, I'm going to save the game, and we're going to head back to Tartarus, or leave Tartarus and head back to the dorm.
Oh, hello.
Do you want to stop for tonight? Let's call it quits. All right. Thank please get a good night's rest, everyone. So with that, that's the end of Monday the 29th. Let's head back to the desk and talk about it. All right, so here we are. Once again, that was the end of Monday, June 29th, and it was a really good day. I felt like it was a really positive, productive start to the week. It was another longer day, which, just kind of feeds into that productivity vibe. Started off seeing Yukari at the school gates. She was talking about still having some doubts about our investigation, and kind of specifically with Mitsuru in some capacity. She still feels like Mitsuru is keeping something from us. And she's just had that intuition for a while, and it's still bugging her, so she's still just talking that out with all of us. And it's something for me to keep an eye out for as well, so I will do that. That led to a school day, which we had class in the morning, going over natural magic. I've always liked Mr. Edogawa's lessons there. Today's was no exception. I was able to correctly answer a question, and I felt good about that one. It was just about paying attention to the lecture and being able to remember what he talked about. It dealt with the ancient natural magic practice that was used to look for buried items such as water, which was, of course, dowsing. So it was nice to be able to answer that correctly and gain a point of charm progress. And just actually do something in school. That was, a good way to start the week. After school, I did what I do. I walked around town, saw some people, had to decide who to spend some time with. And I figured that since it was Monday, it was a good chance to get in touch with the student council. It had been a little over a week since I'd spent time with them, and by getting together on a Monday, that just kind of gets everybody on the same page for the remainder of the week, and leading up to the week prior to exams. There's probably a lot to go over, so I wanted to step in and be ready now. And it was a fairly standard meeting, nothing to advance the social link rank any, so I made a little bit of social progress. Odagiri and I talked about our different approaches to things, and it kind of felt like a natural extension of last time, where we were kind of going back and forth on our approach to things, and trying to help the other ones see a different perspective to things. So hopefully that was a productive dialogue between the two of us. We got a little bit closer. And, just like that, the meeting wrapped up without anything of incident, so that was good. Nobody ended up walking out today or anything. And that, brought me back to the dorm in the evening. It was nice to see everybody there. There were a couple opportunities I really wanted to take advantage of, like spending the evening reading manga with Junpei or cooking with Mitsuru. But I wanted to try to stay productive. Actually thinking, as soon as I got back to the dorm, we actually got to see a scene up in the command room with Yukari and Fuuka. Yukari was still kind of thinking about having some concerns about what knowledge we do and don't have, and who's been forthright on everything and told us all the truth. And she was talking about an incident from about 10 years ago that happened at the school, and a bunch of people were absent, and just thinking it seemed especially odd, and she wondered if it was at all connected to the shadows in any way. And so she asked Fuuka to look into that. Fuuka seems to be quite adept at researching things, so she seems like the natural person to ask for help on that sort of thing. And Fuuka said that, yeah, I'll look into that. She seems to want to help Yukari, and it seems like a worthwhile thing to look into. So it seems like, they're getting closer together, and they're going to work together on that. But I made my way up to the command room as well, because I was just thinking, like I said, about that productivity side of things. For the same reason I went to the student council meeting, I wanted to get back to Tartarus. It's been going on a week since I was there last, and there are 2 people that have been lost in Tartarus for a few days now. We still have about a week until the full moon, so it wasn't like an extremely time-sensitive thing to get over to, but just not knowing how my evenings will play out from now till then, I didn't want to let it go too long and inadvertently miss my window. So I headed up to the command room, talked to them. They were kind of being dismissive on what they were talking about, and just saying, oh, yeah, it was just girl stuff, you don't need to concern yourself with it. And I mean, I do trust them. Like I said, they can talk about anything at all they want. They don't need to run it by me. But I also had that unfair advantage of seeing the cutscene of what they were talking about, so I did already know. But again, they're their own people. They can do what they want. But we went to Tartarus from there, and it was nice to try to work on the team. We're pretty close to the average level for everybody else, but coming out of today and actually seeing some more progress there makes me feel that much better. Right off the bat, I was able to find some good major arcana to gain more experience and to do more damage with my all-out attacks. A couple of us leveled up fairly early on, so it was like, this is going to be a great day. And it was. I mean, all things considered, it really overall was. But, that progress really felt like I hit a stumbling block when I kind of brazenly approached a strong shadow. And it's like, oh yeah, it's one enemy. It's weak to ice. This will be no problem. And the game was like, oh, you think that, do you? Let me show you what it is going to be then. It was very much about status effects and charm specifically, and it did a number on us. It used its sexy dance ability, and everybody but Yukari was charmed. And thank goodness Yukari wasn't, because we were attacking each other. We were taking weak damage from fire attacks from the enemy. Akihiko was healing the enemy and buffing its dodging ability. Nothing was going well there, but if Yukari wasn't there to use Media and keep us alive, that would have definitely been a wipe. And so it was kind of one of those long, drawn-out fights of attrition. We used a bunch of items. We came out ahead at the end, though, so I guess all things concerned, it worked out. It just wasn't really the way I wanted it to go. And it, again, like I said a couple times, it humbled me for the rest of the night, and I didn't quite approach them the same way from then on. It was like, okay, this fight will be tough. It bears respect. It bears strategy. Thankfully, none of them were as hard after that. I was also learning from my mistakes and equipping a persona that could take fire damage and not be wiped out by it. So, I learned. I suffered, I failed, and by doing so, I learned and I grew. So, a good way to start. But as we climbed, we were able to narrow down which floors the missing people were on. It was so good to have both Elizabeth and Fuuka guiding me to narrow that down. And in very short order, we found both of those people and got them down to the lobby there. Got them checked out as best we could. I mean, after Tartarus, we got them over to the hospital to make sure they were actually okay, but they were safe. I mean, they weren't lost in Tartarus anymore. So we had a bit of time left and just kind of kept climbing, working on gaining some experience. And I'm only about a level underneath everybody's average right now, so that's not too bad for a week away from the next full moon. But that was about where the time ran out in our dark hour. It had been about an hour, so like I say, we regrouped in the lobby. I registered which personas I had. We stopped by the hospital to get a couple people registered and checked out, and then we all headed back to the dorm, feeling overall accomplished. I don't want to keep dwelling on the one hard fight because there were a lot of good ones. And looking back, there was a lot of good that did come from the day itself, so I will say overall it was a very good day. But we got to bed at a good hour, and that should hopefully just, keep that momentum going for the rest of the week. It was intentionally a productive start to the week, or an attempt to be productive. So now I can either try to keep that going and get even more done, or at the very least have accomplished a few things at the start of the week, so it opens up the chance to have some fun with the knowledge that I have already put some work in. Either way, it was a great day, and once again, that was the end of Monday, June 29th. So I want to thank you all so much for being here today. I really, truly do appreciate having you share your time with me. It means so much to me, and I'm very thankful. I play this Persona a Day series live every day at 12:30 Eastern Time. I've got that schedule up on Twitch that converts into your local time, but if you're ever available and you want to join me, I would love to see you here. And I also know that real life is busy. Everybody's got obligations that are more important than catching a live stream. I get that, I respect that, and I upload each of my playthroughs to YouTube for that very reason. Every day from day one until today is going to be available there, and every day after that as well, but just to watch at your own schedule, at your own convenience. And if you want to marathon a few days, you can. If you want to watch today's playthrough over the span of a whole week, that's an option for you too. Whatever works best for your schedule. But I just hope everyone has a great Monday. Hopefully we can find the things that we need to do to be productive, that we're coming off fully energized from a good weekend to hit the ground running today and just get all the things done that we can and set us up for future successes for the remainder of the week. I'm rooting for you. I hope you can do it, and I'll try to do my best as well. But I've been Tom Shima. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and I hope we can do it again sometime. Until then, take care and goodbye.